let's go ahead and start off with our eyes. Here I'm using my LA Girl concealer to clean up my brows, but to also use it as an eyeshadow primer. I'm using my ring finger to blend out the product because it's the finger with the least amount of pressure, so you won't cause wrinkles or any extra fine lines or irritation. Normally, I gravitate towards the eyeshadow primer, but to be honest, I ran out of primer, so I'm going to go ahead and use whatever concealer that has a really good consistency, and this one's not that bad, so I like to use it right before my eyeshadows to make those colors really stand out and give it longevity. Here I'm using my Morphe 350 palette. I've been loving this palette, and I'm going to start off with a transition shade using a blending brush. I'll leave all the details down below. Next, I'm using Anastasia Beverly Hills Powder Contour Kit shade in Havana to just really warm up that crease, and I've been loving this particular shade for the crease. It's just like everything. When creating a smoky eye, you really want to focus on building the gradient. So anytime you see smoke, you always see it go from dark to medium to light to faded out to nothing. So that's pretty much the same concept you want to have when doing your eyeshadows and creating a smoky eye look. I'm going to go ahead and use, it's like a mauve tone shade, has a little bit of shimmer in it, and I'm just going to apply that all over my lid into the crease. And as you notice, I use the same exact brush. Honestly guys, you can use one brush, just clean them in between uses. For me, I'm just used to my MAC days where you have to use minimal amount of brushes, and that just really helps. But here I picked up a 224 brush to just really diffuse those eyeshadows. I'm also going to use it to give my eye just a little bit more definition by really focusing it right into that crease. Next, I'm just going to use my fingers to pick up this goldish bronze shade and pop it right in the center. This is just to bring some light into my eyes, and then take the previous shade that I used to just diffuse the color a little bit so it keeps it nice and soft. And finally, I'm just going to use a really dark brown shade. It has more cool undertones, less warm, so this is really going to give me a nice smoky out effect without being too dramatic. Next, I'm using my Marc Jacobs foundation brush. This brush, when I first bought it, it felt like a workout. It was so heavy, but you know, honestly guys, it's a really, really good brush. It just blends out my foundation really well. And I used it with my NYX Illuminator. I think it's in the shade bronze. I'm not too sure, but I'll leave everything down below so I don't give you the wrong information and you don't come for my life. So I'm just going to really buff out that product using circular motions, back and forth, however you like it. And I'm going to grab my favorite foundation at the moment. This foundation is just awesome. It looks flawless. It looks amazing in pictures, on camera. I mean, it's just heaven on earth, and that's Makeup Forever Ultra HD Foundation. I'll leave the full name down below because it's literally a paragraph. Again, I'm just going to use the same brush to really buff out that product. Lately, I've been using foundations to highlight and contour. Foundations are just thinner in consistency. They feel lighter on the skin, and I don't know, it's just been my go-to lately. I'm such a Gemini, so I get bored of routines, I get bored of the same thing, so I really just go with whatever flows. Next, I'm using my MAC Prolong Wear waterproof foundation. This is 24 hours. Honestly, guys, this is a really, really, really good foundation, especially if you have oily skin or if you're going away for vacation. It's waterproof, it does not budge, and it just looks flawless on the skin. And I'm using it to bronze up my skin so I don't look pale and so it can match my fake tan that is fading away. Just fading away. This is a Real Techniques brush. These were like some of my favorite brushes before going into MAC, or to say, you know, some of the favorite brushes that I've used that's not high-end. They're just so soft, they work so well, they're inexpensive. And honestly, I met Pixie Woo and they're so bomb in person. They're literally like just a great amount of energy. So, I mean, why not? Why not support it? I just went in with a little bit more foundation just to give it maximum coverage. If you know me, you know I hate using my hands to do my makeup for the most part. Just because I feel like I'm going to get dirty or something like that. But, you know, your hands are your best tools at times. And so don't be afraid to use them as long as you wash your hands. Please. Here I'm using the Derma Blend Translucent. What is translucent? Translucent powder to set my under eye or anywhere where I highlight it. This powder is so flawless. I mean, I love Laura Mercier, but this one is definitely really, really, really good too. I think Laura Mercier is obviously my favorite and my go-to. I haven't tried the Kat Von D on myself. I've used it on other people, but you know, this one is pretty good. I was impressed. I'm going to go ahead and use my Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Powder Kit. Love these powders. They're very soft. I love that they're not too warm and they're not too cool, so I'm able to really contour and get that fake chisel effect, you know? Slim ting. Going back to the eyes, I'm going to take my Makeup by Mario palette. And I'm going to use the eyeshadow in Fifth Avenue to apply in my inner corner and right under my brows. I'm using a pencil brush. Honestly, guys, I love this brush. It's such a multitasker if you know how to use it. I've used it for lipstick application. I've used it for eyeliner. I use it to smudge any products. I've used it to clean up my lip area if I'm working. If I'm wearing, well, yeah, I'm working it. If I'm working that lipstick shade that sometimes bleeds out, then I'll go ahead and use that brush to clean it. So it's a really staple brush to have in your kit. So I'm going to go ahead and use my NYC liquid liner to create a very thin line right under my waterline. Ladies and gentlemen, please do not put liquid liner inside of your waterline. That is not good for you. So please don't do it. But I put it right underneath, right outside. And that I'm just going to use to diffuse and make it look more smokier. Because that liquid liner is not waterproof, it just blends out easily. And I applied my brow gel right on top to make those hairs just stay right where they need to stay. I went ahead and grabbed my white liner. This is Fascinating by MAC. Honestly, it's the first thing I saw, so I just grabbed it. But lately, I've been using the Studio Chromographic liners by MAC. They're just more skin tone. And I just took a darker eyeshadow to buff out that black liner to make it look more smoky. This gives you like that baby doll effect, like when your boyfriend's mad at you and you don't want him to be mad at you, so you just bat your eyes and you give him that look. Yeah, that's that look. So here I'm using Oh Darling. This is In Extreme Highlighter by maccosmetics. I believe they made this permanent. It has a black packaging and not blue. That was part. And I usually apply it to my cheekbones, my nose, especially right in between my eyes. I just love that effect. I learned that from a trainer when I used to work at MAC. I also apply it right under my lips, right on the Cupid's bow. And that's just going to give everything definition on the face. Whatever highlights comes out, whatever contours recedes. So I just really want those features to pop. I did apply setting spray. I don't know where the clip went, but I used the L'Oreal Infallible one and applied more highlighter. This is Bobbi Brown bronzer in natural, which is absolutely stunning. I love it. It is pricey though, but it's just worth the money. This is my go-to blush lately. It's by Urban Decay, and I think it's called Lit. It's like their illuminator. I think it's more of a highlight, but on me it looks like a bronzer, so I went ahead and applied that to give my skin like a nice natural glow. This is Opulash Mascara by MAC. I applied individual lashes for this look because I wanted something soft yet a little bit flirty, and to be very honest, I ran out of lashes, so you just have to make it work. Here I'm using Boldy Bare Lip Liner by MAC Cosmetics as well. Again, guys, I used to work for the brand, so I have a lot of their products left. And I'm just going to use this to line my lips and fill in my lips before I use any gloss. The lip liner is just going to allow that gloss to last a little bit longer than normal. And this shade is just, it's just beautiful. It's perfect for that lip color shade, you know. Next, I'm applying, I think this is called Chelsea Baby or Chelsea Doll, something like that. This is by NARS. It's just a pretty gloss. It's absolutely gorgeous. And this is the final look. Thank you all so much for watching. I truly appreciate it. If you like this video, then make sure to give it a thumbs up. Leave all your comments down below. And don't forget to subscribe so you're updated every single time I post a video on my channel. Until next time, love you all. Bye.